Hi, my name is Melinda and welcome to a fire prevention video. The first thing we'll discuss are the three E's, which are engineering, enforcement, and education. What do those three E's mean? Engineering is actions that employ physical science to find solutions for reducing the impact or eliminating the risk of fire that may involve the development of codes, standards, equipment, and systems and constructions. Enforcement is a systematic approach to adopting community codes and certifying officials with the authorities to inspect the extent of the code compliance and to implement rules and regulations to clarify the application of codes. And education is actions that teach, promote awareness, present information, conduct activities intended to change behaviors that increases people's safety from fire, which is what this video will have a little about. So how is the code enforced? The authority having jurisdiction for the enforcement of this code shall be the state fire marshal and the deputy fire marshals and the assistant deputies. The building code standard is the committee determines the fire resistance of building materials. Prior to a building permit, other than the foundation permit being issued, all plans for buildings regulated under this code shall be submitted to the authority having jurisdiction. The authority having jurisdiction shall approve or disapprove completed set of plans with a reasonable time not to exceed 15 days for the fire alarm, smoke detection, and/or carbon monoxide detector plans. In no case shall the authority having jurisdiction review of a completed set of plans exceed 90 days to complete that review without the express approval of the state fire marshals. This was taken from the Rhode Island State website. In existing structures, since it's not always practical or efficient to strictly apply all the provisions of the code, the authority having jurisdiction shall have the power to implement and enforce the provisions of the code as provided in the Uniform Fire Code, NFPA 1, and the Life Safety Code, NFPA 101, with annex as applicable to existing structures, consistent with such rules and regulations as may be adopted, and such decisions may be rendered by the Fire Safety Code Board of Appeal and Review. Also, application of the code to new and existing structures shall be consistent with the such blanket variances and rules as may be approved by the Fire Safety Code Board of Appeal and Review, with such modifications as may be issued in writing by the authority having jurisdiction in accordance with NFPA 101 with annexes. Fire barriers also must be capable of withstanding direct impingement by the fire as determined by a large-scale test, either ASTM E119 or ANSI UL 263 and ASTM EE19 and ANSI UL 263 test standards determine the fire resistant ratings in hours based on the exposure to the standard temperature curve and provide rating of the construction of the particular assembly and the actual testing of the assembly in the test furnace. Assemblies protecting openings such as doors and windows located in the fire resistance rated assemblies must be capable of withstanding the efforts of fire as determined by a large-scale test such as the NFPA 252, NFPA 257, ANSI UL 10B, and the ANSI UL 10C, or the ANSI UL 9. The acceptance criteria for these fire protection rated assemblies differ from those for fire-resistant rated construction, such as wall or floor ceiling assembly. The limitation of the temperature rise through a fire door is not normally a measure of acceptance, although it is a measure of acceptance for a fire-resistant rated assembly, such as a wall. I hope that this short video gave you a little insight to fire prevention. Thank you.